Hi everyone, so today we will be talking about cold pressed cooking oil and I have Dr. Purnima who is the food scientist at Anveshan. So बहुत सारे consumers हमसे cooking oils के बारे में questions पूछते हैं and आज with Dr. Purnima हम उन सब questions को answer करेंगे through a scientific lens.
Consumer faces lot of problems regarding cold press oils. जैसे oils becomes cloudy, becomes foamy or becomes green while using. So we'll try to answer those queries.
So let's begin with the topic that is least talked about, the seeds. Ideally, a good oil should be made using high quality and natural seeds.
Exactly. That's why we target native varieties of the geographical regions which are already rain-fed. So the quality is already high and properly sorting. For example, we have native variety of groundnut, which is called Nati variety coming from Karnataka. Second, we have black mustard, which is Pusa variety, which is native to Uttar Pradesh. Third, we have Polachi coconuts, which are coming from tall trees, which are the native varieties of South. ऐसे ही हम सारे oils के लिए basically we target native varieties only, so that the aroma and the digestion of those oils becomes quite easy on your gut.
मुझे ये तो समझ में आ गया कि हाई क्वालिटी सीड्स यूज़ करने से हाई क्वालिटी ऑयल बनता है, बट उसको अगर और साइंटिफिकली समझें कि उसके कंज्यूमर की बॉडी पे क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है और हाउ इज इट बेनिफिशियल, कैन यू टॉक मोर अबाउट इट?
So quality of seeds are usually very important what we are targeting, because there is a term called MUFA and PUFA. So monounsaturated fatty acid and polyunsaturated fatty acid का एक definite ratio होता है जिसको मेंटेन करने से बेसिकली इट इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ओवरऑल हेल्थ ऑफ द बॉडी, स्पेशली हार्ट हेल्थ एंड ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट. सो दैट रिमेन्स इंटैक्ट, एंड प्लस द यूसेज of the native seeds is the basic idea because they grow naturally on those areas. So we save on the pesticides and extra efforts which
grow
we to grow that you can say native seeds as such, जो hybrid पे नहीं possible होता.
Got it. So the bottom line is कि जहाँ जो naturally grow करता है हम उन्हीं seed varieties को use करते हैं rather than going into unnatural ways or hybrid varieties. So my next question is, are all native seeds good, or are there some other factors also while we are choosing those seeds?
Native seeds has to be in the superior quality. So there are 3 grades in which they are divided. We target only grade 1 seeds. Along with, there should be no mold and fungus infestation. Plus their storage should be good, so that the aflatoxins or the fungal compounds which are very harmful for the body remains zero.
Great. So now once the seeds are ready, so next step is to make the oil. So how do we make our oil and how does it add to the quality of the oil that people essentially get?
While making the oil, we ensure it is cold press. So cold press is a very undefinitive term.
Okay.
Here, a cold pressed at 70 degree is also called cold pressed only, and processed at 40 degrees is also called cold press only.
Is there no, rule or regulation about how cold press is defined? Is it not?
No, it is not definitive towards a cold press term.
Got it.
Basically, the expeller temperature goes up to 120 degrees as well.
Okay.
But then imagine the nutrients which basically die after 60 degrees or 70 degrees. They are all lost in that particular scenario. So we take care and we target that the temperature or the RPM speed is such that temperature doesn't go above 40 degrees Celsius.
Got it. So basically, any unrefined oil, so refining is a different process altogether, but when we talk about unrefined oil, there is no regulation as such that whether it is cold pressed or say hot pressed or something. So everybody is calling their oil as cold pressed, but then we don't know at what temperature is the the oil is being made.
Exactly.
So we keep getting a question from our consumers कि oils में ये sedimentation क्यों होता है? Is it a sign of impurity or is it like a natural process?
So basically, these are wax sediment which settles down over the time. Basically, oil doesn't have any contamination. Oil में कुछ grow नहीं हो सकता, ना fungus ना bacteria.
Okay.
So the wax settles down at the bottom with time.
So where does this wax come from?
Good question. So wax comes from the seeds, which naturally wax and gums are naturally present in the seeds. When there is slow grinding, they get dissolved along with the fat and comes with oil. So generally we mechanically filter it, but there is very minute particles of wax and gums which remains in the oil and which are responsible for a good aroma as well. But this settles down along with the time.
Got it. So if the sedimentation happens with any consumer, so what should be the next steps for them?
So basically, if you see a sedimentation happening over the time, it's better to transfer that oil into a new bottle.
Okay.
Through a good muslin cloth, clean muslin cloth, and keep that bottle separated from the sedimentation.
So muslin cloth में छान के एक नए कंटेनर में उसको स्टोर कर लिया.
Yes.
So very interesting question. ये क्वेश्चन हमें रिसेंटली काफ़ी आने लगा है कि क्या आप ऑयल की प्योरिटी टेस्ट कर सकते हो घर में ही उसे जमा के. So is this a true thing?
You can check the basic adulteration here, but there is a very good clarity point which I am putting over here. लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा मिसकम्युनिकेशन है कि ऑयल जमता नहीं है फ्रीज़र में रखने से. Freezer has -20 degree Celsius temperature. So if you will keep the oil in freezer, it will freeze. The point is the different layer, if it is happening in the oil, then it is an indication that is adulterated. Otherwise, if it is freezing completely and there is no distinct layer in the oil, then there is no such adulteration which has happened in the oil. So generally oils get freeze at between -5 to -15 degrees Celsius. So if you will keep them in freezer for -20 overnight, they will freeze. The point is you have to look for a separate layers to be formed.
So coming to next question, as we are sitting in a laboratory, so let's talk about kitchen chemistry. So why do cold pressed oils turn green sometimes upon heating?
So basically cold press oils have a generally high acid value comparative to refined oils. Acid value means it has a little more acidity when compared to refined oils. So if you are using a utensil which has a copper coating or aluminium coating, these oils react to these particular coats.
Okay.
And the leaching of metals happens. So it is always recommended to use SS304. SS304, which is a stainless steel grade. It is an FSSAI approved grade, food grade material, and you can easily use this in kitchen. It is recommended to be usable in kitchen and use with a good thick base.
And can you explain a bit more about what is this acid value that you just mentioned? Is it something that we need to worry about?
Actually not. Basically acid value is a parameter, a chemical parameter where we can predict the shelf life of the oil. So the acid value is basically nothing but a free fatty acid content in the oil. So जितना ज़्यादा acid value बढ़ेगा उतना ज़्यादा oil जो है वो unfit हो जाएगा for the consumption. So we take care of that limit when we are testing it in the lab, and the shelf life stable product is always
At a lower acid value.
So we keep a cap of acid value to be below 1 for cold press oils.
So one more question that comes a lot from our regular customers is कि oil का color vary हो जाता है with different bottles and different batches. So why does it happen?
Basically, it is due to three reasons. First is bottle variation, second is seed variation, and third is temperature. So we take care of the yellowness index when the batch comes in, but it has a range. So we allow some range because this is native seed varieties, and generally they get fluctuated with season. So the color also impacts. But this does not mean that oil is of lesser quality or compromised in terms of purity.
Great. So we have addressed most of the consumer concerns. So now, looking from a bird's eye view, people have been using refined oils for many years, and now there is a shift towards a healthier lifestyle, and people are now switching to unrefined oils. So, what is essentially the difference between a refined oil and an unrefined oil?
So basically, refined oil has undergone solvent extraction, degumming, deodoring, bleaching, and then high chemical filtrations, and finally you get a clean, standardized, unodored kind of a oil. Coming to unrefined oils subcategory, which is the cold press oils, Anvesham takes care of the bestest quality of seeds, controlled RPM, and controlled temperature, where all this accumulation gives a good quality oil in total, which is naturally rich in nutrition.
So another question that comes a lot is कि cold pressed oils foam करते हैं, झाग आ जाता है जब उनको हीट करते हैं तो. So क्या रीज़न है and कैसे इससे बच सकते हैं?
So foaming is not anything unnatural. It's completely natural. We don't use any anti-foaming agents. So that's why generally cold press oil foams. Generally उनमें जो gums होते हैं या you can say oil natural retention compounds होते हैं, basically they are reacting with food.
Okay.
And if your oil foams, majorly it is because you are overheating it. So you have to lower down the heat and wait until those foam settles. Also, the major foaming issue comes in yellow mustard oil. Yellow mustard oil is not for deep frying. So whenever you are deep frying, especially in other utensils apart from SS304, it is not recommended. So generally when your oils foam, you need to medium the heat and then cook as per the smoke points.
So this brings me to the next question. Which cold pressed oils are okay to heat at a higher temperature and which ones are not?
So generally normal stir frying cooking tuck, the temperature attained is below 180 degrees Celsius. So above 180 degree, anything you need to cook goes to deep frying status. So that for that, two cold press oils, that is one is sunflower oil and one is groundnut oil, those are apt. Rest all should be below 180 degrees Celsius. So whatever you are shallow frying or stir frying or roasting, every oil is fine. Just in case you want to deep fry, you should go for sunflower or groundnut.
And what about extra virgin olive oil? Some of our consumers use it for shallow frying as well. So is it advisable?
Generally, extra virgin olive oil should be for raw consumption. It shouldn't be heated because it has around 78% of oleic acid as a fatty acid compound. If you want to have that reap the benefit of olive oil, you should consume it raw. In case you are trying to heat it, shallow frying or roasting is fine at a very low flame.
So whether it's about adulteration test, sedimentation or deep frying, now you know what goes into real cold pressed oils.
And why cold pressing at low temperature makes such a big difference.
If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe and share with your love. Thank you.